Have you ever felt like people don't take you seriously no matter how hard you try? Opportunities just seem to be passing you by? It sounds familiar, and you're not alone. I've got something important to share with you. Dress how you want to be addressed. It might sound simple, but it's definitely a game changer. Your journey to success starts with the clothes that you wear. Think about where you want to be in the next few years. Now let's work backwards from that vision. Imagine you're in your dream job, you own that dream business, you're living your ideal life. How do you look? Confident, right? Start with the basics, even if it's something small, as a good pair of socks can make a difference. Comfort and confidence begin from the ground up. Next, your shoes. Choose ones that make you feel good and you're ready to conquer the world. Wear what makes you feel good. Your clothes should reflect and boost your confidence. What colors make you feel strong and alive? Maybe it's a bold blue, a confident red, a calm green. Find colors and wear them with pride. Remember, the attention you want starts with how people perceive you, and they make snap judgments based on your appearance. People make snap judgments based on your appearance, so give them something positive to notice. When you look good, feel good, smell good, you will perform much better. It's a confidence cycle. Start by acquiring your uniform. And no, I don't mean your literal uniform, but the key pieces that make you feel ready for anything. A sharp blazer, a crisp t-shirt, maybe a hoodie, or a well-fitted pants. These are the tools for your success. So to your future self, dress how you want to be addressed. Show the world the best version of you and watch how it opens doors that you never thought were possible. Welcome to a Learn podcast, where first you learn, then you earn. I'm your host, Dean the Wealth Coach, your go-to guy for building wealth. What you say to yourself and others is very powerful. You have to be very mindful what it is that you're saying. Like, for example, do you ever hear athletes say, I can't do it, I'm not going to be able to win or come in first place? No, because they are out there. No, because they want to win. They're not going to tell themselves something that they can't do. Then they just wouldn't be doing it. Like basketball players, they're like, yo, I'm going for that championship. Yeah, somebody's better than them and they may end up losing, but it's them having that heart and that determination to get the job done. You have to every day say to yourself, I am great, I am good, whatever it is I put my mind to, I can do it. Speak it in the past. No, sorry, not past tense. Speak it in future. Speak it in present tense as if it already happened. This will do wonders for you. You want to make more money, you got to say to yourself, I have an abundance of money. Money comes to me easily, freely, whatever. You got to start saying those things to yourself. The books that I'm reading, they're just kind of just filling my head with so much ideas on things that I got to say and do for myself, leaving sticky notes all over the place, just as reminders, because our mind just can't remember everything. Our mind does like 50 million things on a permanent basis. Like, we just can't be filling up our minds with more and more information to store, especially when like you get older. It's like you try to remember what happened when you were 10 years old and you're like 50 is very hard. But when you write down these things, it's easy for you to go back to those memories or those thoughts. So start saying positive things to yourself. Stop trying to keep everything in your head and stop acting like you're a know-it-all. Start writing things down. Get a book, write down your affirmations, say it to yourself 2-3 times a day, whatever it may be. Another simple thing you can do is record yourself saying the affirmations. So then now you just put the headphones in and you're good to go. Now you can listen to yourself saying those affirmations to yourself. You can look at yourself in the mirror. Give yourself that energy that you need to get through the day, the month, the year, whatever it is. And you will start to see a shift in things in your life because you are doing those positive affirmations. No more negative energy, no more gossiping. Just throw all that stuff away. I was having a conversation with my chiropractor, and he told me about this really crazy experiment with water. Like, water carries energy. I was like, I've never heard that before. He's like, yeah, look it up on YouTube. So I did. The different things that you say to water, it could actually have an impact on it. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, in the water, if you say nice things to the water like turns into like very nice crystals and stuff. Like, it has energy. But if you say like negative things to it, the water becomes murky, and like the water molecules don't develop the way the positive ones do. And if you don't say anything, it's kind of almost like the same type of energy that no attention is like negative attention. So I found that to be really weird. But when the people did the experiments, like one person, they had it where the positive water, it was like it was kind of like clear, it wasn't too dirty. The negative one started to have mold into it, and the one that they didn't say anything to, that was kind of like getting like yellowish. I was like, yo, that is crazy. And my chiropractor said our body's made up about 80% water. So whatever it is that you say to yourself, like your body like actually expresses it. It kind of just led me to like picking up one of my books. So I went back and I got this book, The 7 Laws of the Universe. And you know, the algorithm, when they hear you talk, they just spit things out to you. So I started to read this book last night, and a lot of things were just coming into my head. You got to be intentional with what you say. You have to practice this on a daily basis. You can't just be like a one and done. It doesn't work that way. Our minds are not built to store information. It's like to just create this stuff, but you need to have it somewhere else that you can just fall back and go to. You need to be intentional with what you do. You have to stay committed to the task, no matter how hard it is. No, when those down days come, that's when you got to pick yourself up and make these episodes. And I just want to be that spark of life for you guys. Whatever it is that you want to do, go out there and do it. Put your best foot forward. Even if it's one of those days that you don't want to do it, you have to do it. You just got to keep trying and trying. That's me putting positive energy out there. Me telling you that you're awesome, you're great. Your body's going to start to feel that energy come into you and be like, yo, whatever it is that I can do it. So the first segment that we're going to do today is flipping through finance. As I was looking for this book that took me forever to find, I found this book. So this is Rick Ross's book, The Perfect Day to Boss Up. I started flipping through the pages and I stumbled upon this paragraph, and I want to share it with you guys. When you make decisions to prioritize saving and investing your money over spending, you make a trade-off. You're choosing to sacrifice immediate gratification in exchange for possibility of an even better outcome in the future. So that's from Rick Ross's book, The Perfect Day to Boss Up. I just seen it and I was like, he's doing a lot. And it made me think of what one of my mentors said. If you want to become rich, there's only 2 rules you need to know. The first rule is figure out what poor people do and don't do that. The second thing is figure out what rich people do and do that. Created a list. So I call this poor people versus wealthy people. You want to follow what wealthy people do. So what is it that wealthy people do? They focus on what's important. They schedule their days. They work on their business, not in their business. So I said work on their business opposed to in their business. And if you don't understand the difference between those, shoot me a comment if you want me to make a video about working on your business versus working in your business. They take calculated risk. They're not at the casino throwing dice. Come on, lucky number 7. I don't even know what that number is, but you're not playing in that sense. You're taking calculated risk. You're doing your research, your due diligence before jumping in any type of investment. You learn from smarter people. You hire smarter people. They exercise regularly. They eat healthy. They invest in their self. They use money to create more money. They don't trade their time for more money. They exercise patience. They meditate. They create plans of actions before doing. They decide quickly. They don't second guess themselves. They're long-term visionary thinkers. They're long-term thinkers. They look at the big picture. They don't deviate. They are consistent. They finish what they start. They don't procrastinate. They don't seek advice from people who have not already done it. They follow people that have done it before them. They use assets to buy things. They have a good lawyer, doctor, and accountant. They pay for information, access, and assets. They iterate. Iterate means to Like, think of it as an experiment. Like, you have the first experiment, it didn't work, then you try it again. That's the second experiment. So iteration is just the evolution of what it is that you're doing. So making it better. They see failures as lessons. They encourage mistakes to learn and make themselves a better product or even a better person. They create systems. They journal, they execute, they read, they drink water, and they sleep 7 to 8 hours a day. That's what wealthy people do. Now let's look on the flip side, what poor people do. Now, once again, if you feel offended by this, then that means you're in this class and you need to start changing things. Really look at your life and reflect. Is my life the way I truly desire it to be? What poor people do. They live in the moment. They eat junk food all the time. They sleep in. They do drugs. They drink a lot of alcohol. They don't exercise. They complain about life. They look for get-rich-quick schemes. They don't listen. They don't schedule. They always say they don't have time to waste. Trade their time for money. They buy stuff all the time, and that's in air quotes. They always have excuses as to why they can't. They never have reasons why they can. They gossip. They listen to others with no experience. They want easy work with big payoff. Unwilling to sacrifice. Lack of effort. Complain about life and why them. They never have enough. They have no long-term goals. They want instant gratification. They have not made peace with their past and they're stuck there. They have no mentors. They don't believe in mentorship. They do not invest in their growth. They always wait till last minute. They seek validation. That's a list that I created. You can definitely add to that. If you want a copy of that list, just join the Wealth Builders Academy to get access to all my materials. I have worksheets, videos, all helping you build your wealth. And that's just the first part of just figuring out what it is that you really want. Because when you create a list like this and you look at this every so often, you're going to either say to yourself, man, I caught myself doing that and I shouldn't be doing that. I need to be doing this. This is how I want my life to be. I want to be making more money. For example, if you want to make more money and you're somebody in sales, you know the easiest way to make more money? It's talk to more people. That's all you have to do. Why? Because the moment you start talking to more people, you're going to get more confident at what you say. You're going to hear no's and figure out why people are saying no and then have an answer to when they say no. So if someone says, I don't have time right now. Well, when is a better time to speak about this? Or I don't have no money. Is there somebody that you can borrow money from? Or have you ever thought of making a budget? There's many different answers for people's excuses. Do you see what I did there when someone said something, I kind of had like an answer for it? It's because of the repetitions. The more you execute, you can make it better and better each time. So as I said, what do wealthy people do? They iterate. So you could have a sales script, you go through it, it doesn't land, you ask why they're not buying, they let you know why. Now you can fix it. So the next person you speak to, you'll be equipped enough to present them your offer and hopefully they take it. So these are just some things that you can do to help you make some more money. So that's kind of just me just throwing that out there. This guy has so many different businesses. He has the Wingstops. I think he has a farm, all the cars that he has, the Bel Air, the liquor. His brand goes really far on the amount of things that he did. If you want to get access to books that I'm reading and get Dean's Notes, as I like to call it, you can click the link down below and join the Wealth Builders Academy. 1% better each day, maybe even each week. Instead of trying to force everything in one shot, because when you do that, you start giving less of your attention or less of your effort towards what it is that you're trying to do. So right now I just introduced two segments to you guys of the new podcast, the whole new format. Shows will eventually become longer as I get more and more familiar with the format that I want to do for this. So if you like the style of these episodes, make sure to hit the subscribe button and comment below. To your wealth and beyond!